What's up guys, Card Protagonist here. Today I'll be doing an all new deck profile of my Gear Chronicle Next Stage deck. Many of you guys have been seeing me using this deck really often in tournaments right now because this is one of my very favorite decks to use. Alright, there are two reasons for that. This is because one, this is a really offensive deck. Alright, this deck has one of the best resenders in the game because Chrono Next Stage doesn't even need any setup, and you can do a triple drive followed by a twin drive, which is 5 drive checks for no effort at all. It's totally broken. Okay. Alright, second off, this deck is really balanced. Defensive, because you are able to send back units to your opponent's deck, which ruins their formation. That is similar on how defensive Kagero is when they retire stuff. So this deck is a really balanced deck because you have good offense and good defense at the same time. The only downside that if you fight against Repos, which is very offensive because you can't go to your GB one, they kind of screw you over. However, right now they are not much seen in the meta, so I've been using this deck and it worked out really well for me. This is my very own personal build, and if you guys want to follow it, feel free to. The deck list is right here in your face. Alright, let me go on to why I make certain card choices. First, 4 copy of Chronojet Dragon, sorry. When you perform Strike, you can counterblast 1 and select one of your opponent's unit and send it back to your bottom of the deck. So, very good card. At the cost of 1 counterblast whenever you perform Strike, next stage or all the strikes you have. You can make your opponent -1. That is great because you can choose the most important rearguard, send it back to the deck, and ruin their formation. So it's similar to Kagero, which you counterblast 1 and get rid of one of their stuff. And it's good because sometimes they won't be able to Legion, because if you send them to drop zone, they might be able to Legion and stuff. So yeah, very strong card. GB2 skill, the first skill. When this unit attacks the Vanguard and you have 2 cards face up your G-Circle, this card gains plus 5k power and your opponent cannot guard with grade 1s and above. So your opponent won't be able to use their Precious Perfect Guard to save their ass. Very strong card. To finish off, the reason why this card is very strong is because when you strike the next stage, after your next stage go back to your G-Zone, after your triple drive, you resend your Vanguard, you gain the ability to not be able to perfect guard. This is why this card is really strong together with next stage. The best combo, best match made in heaven. Alright, next we're gonna go on to 4 copies of Steam Fighter Balif. This card is really important in the deck. The one reason why is because he's able to switch out into Chrono Dragon so that you can consistently pull off the next stage combo. Alright, what he does is basically auto. During your turn, when a G unit strike over, choose one of your Vanguards, and until end of turn, it gains the ability. Counterblast 1 and search your deck for a Chronojet Dragon, and place it on your Vanguard circle into your heart and shuffle your deck. If you have placed a card, choose a card choose a hard card named Balif and shuffle it back to your deck. So you put it at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So I'm just wondering why Automao and Asha doesn't have this card. This is so good because it allows you to guarantee write a Chronojet Dragon, which is the main card you want to write, obviously. So I really hope that Messiah, Asha, everyone gets this thing. This is really important for that. Second ability is a rearguard he has is, when this unit attack hits the Vanguard, GB1, you can counterblast 1 and send one of your opponent's rearguards into the bottom of the deck. So good, because it's a perfect as a rearguard and a Vanguard ability. Now, for grade 2s, we play 4. History Maker Dragon! Oh wait, ability, he's from the newer trial deck of Chronos. His ability is, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, it doesn't need to be boosted. So you can just attack for fun if you don't have boost. And you can counterblast 1 if you do time lead 1 unit. This card is really strong because you can time lead all your other grade 2s on the field that previously attacked, you can time lead that into grade 3s so that you can get an additional attack. So it's basically counterblast 1 and reset 1 unit in a way. So it's a pretty interesting skill because time leap is actually quite good. It helps you deck in your deck and get you free attacks and stuff. So it gets you additional attack. Very strong card. Next is 4 copy of this guy. It's from the trial deck. When this unit is boosted and attacks the Vanguard, you can counterblast 1. If you do, select a grade 2 or less opponent's rearguards and send it to the bottom of the deck. So this guy is basically your Twilight Arrow for Kagero and stuff. Break their formation, and break their field. So your opponent have to spend cards, give your opponent a minus. So great card overall. for your defensive options. Next is 3 copy of Glimmer Breath Dragon. GB1, when this unit is placed on the Vanguard, Rearguard circle, you can counter blast 1 and Soul Blast 1. If you do, select one of your opponent's grade 2 or less Rearguards and send it to the bottom of the deck, and then this unit gains a 3k power. Great card because in times you might want to use him to solo, you could get that 3k power, the 2k power just to attack the LMK Vanguards. And that because, once again, more defensive option. If you can't kill your opponent, at least you leave them fearless so that they can't kill you as well. Then you go next stage again and they die. Yeah, you know how this deck goes. Very, very balanced deck. Alright, next we go to Great Ones. 4 copies of the Strike Helpers. This guy is basically, when this unit is placed on the Rearguard circle, you can... there's a glare here, so I'm going to show you. When this card is placed on the Rearguard circle, you can reveal grade 3 from your hand. If you do, search your deck for a Chronojet Dragon, so it helps you write the Chronojet. And then discard 1 card and add Chronojet to your hand. So basically ensures that you write into your Chronojet. Very, very nice card. But it's really not really necessary in the deck, but we still use it because we strike a lot. Because we have Baalith already, because Baalith helped us with our Chronojet problems, so we don't have that. So it'd be great if Automa also get something like Baalith. Because right now, the Brave Grade 3 isn't the best thing ever, actually. Next is 4 copies of the Perfect Guard. The lucky Perfect Guard that Chronos always use. You always manage to Perfect Guard all your opponents. Whoa, so strong. Basically G Perfect Guards. This deck doesn't really have a lot of counter blast problems because this deck is well balanced. So you have this guy. This guy is a GB1 skill, once per turn. Basically, whenever a card is sent back from your opponent's field to the bottom of the deck, you can unflip 1 damage. So it's so good because it basically makes all your Chronojet on strike skill free, giving you a +1 every time you use. So very strong card because it helps you unflip. To be honest, we don't have a lot of great 1 choices, but he's very, very good. Really, really good. I wish Kagero had 1 unflip when you burn 1. That'd be too strong. Alright, without losing the card as well. Alright, the another 2 great ones we play is 1 copy of Steam Maiden GG. GG's skill is when this unit is placed on the Rearguard circle, we can Soul Blast 2 to draw 1 free card. Very nice card because she's a decent 5k boost. And most of the time what I use her for is for Chronojan skill. Chronojan, when Chronojan gets Time Leap, you can go into the Soul and search up for 1 grade 1. So most likely I'm going to choose one of these 2 options. We only play 1 of each because I can 2-box them easily with this deck. That's what Time Leap is for. So yeah, Chronojan into Maiden GG or Steam Maiden Danish. Her skill is basically, when this unit is placed on the Rearguard circle, you can choose one opponent's Rearguard and -1 grade, shuffle that card back and superior call 1 grade less. So this card is really, really, really good. If you fight against decks like Dark Irregular, which their grade 0 starter is the Nightmare, tap to give it soul and power up. That card you must get rid at all costs. Very good skill. When it's called a Rearguard circle by Time Leap, by Chronojet come out with her, you can summon her out with Chronojet's in Soul Time Leap thingy. You can send back the starter. So basically, if you send back a tip for you guys is when you send back a grade 0, no unit comes up because there's no grade lower than grade 0. So use it wisely. I only play 1 because it is attack, obviously. If my opponent doesn't have any grade 0 on the field left, go for this. Draw 1 free card, or you can get rid of the starter. Very, very good choice. Very, very flexible deck. So your opponent Judge Bao, yeah, gone. Be gone, Judge Bao. Because you ugly. The Judge Bao is very strong. It's very, very powerful card. Yeah. Now go trigger to the trigger lineup. First, we have 4 copies of Heart Thumper Worker. Ability is when a Chronojet Vanguard attacks, put in Soul, gain +5k power, and draw 1 free card. So very good to cycle your hand in case you need an extra card. So we play 8 crits because the crit is because Kuroshino check crits for days. So yeah. Next is 4 draws, Muggles, very good. Put in Soul, gain +3k, fix any magic number you need, and get 1 extra Soul. 4 copies of the Heal Trigger because Heal is OP. Death Heal's even more better. You can Death Heal, you strong. And finally is Chronojan, our little baby. Ability is when this unit is GB1, when this unit is used for Time Leap, you put him into Soul, search your deck for a Chronojet Dragon, and superior call it onto your field from your deck. So basically put in Soul, you can Time Leap 1 grade 1 out, then you come and this guy's effect kick in and you can search one Chrono Jet. At the end of the turn, the Chrono Jet that is caught onto the field that turn bounce back into your hand. So it's very good because you can use that Chrono Jet to strike for the next turn. So yeah, very, very nice card. Because you'll be able to toolbox your stuff and get that Chrono Jet. Alright, let's go on to our strikes. Very, very special lineup I have here. Alright, first we have Metallica Phoenix. Ability is when this unit attacks the Vanguard, and if you got a Chrono Jet Heart, very, very easy because you, most of the time, even if you write him, when you strike, you'll become a Chrono Jet already, so it's okay. Guaranteed, it's a guaranteed event. So when this unit attack and you have Chrono Jet Heart, flip a copy of a G card face up. Most of the time I'll flip him up. I'll flip Chronos Command up because I want to kick his skill up for Revolution skill. Okay, flip it face up, then time leap one unit. Very good card. Most of the time it's attack, send him out, get one free chrono, and one column out. So that's a combo you can do. And yeah, basically give you the time leap ability. So even if you don't have a Chrono Jet on the field or you already time leap for some reason, you can always use the skill to time leap a grade 2. Grade 2 attack already, you can time leap it again, become grade 3 and resend. This is a free attack. So still a good card. Our first strike is normally Metallica Phoenix. Strike, push him face up. Then you can next turn you can go for your Chronos Revolution, eat up the whole field. Yeah, this card is a nightmare for most field-based players. Or you could finish them off in next stage if you feel the timing is right. Alright, next is the MVP of the deck, Chronos Dragon Next Stage. Alright, 4 copies of Next Stage. Yes, I know he's a very, very, very expensive card. It actually took me a long while just to get him to my deck. I had to eat grass for months just to get this card. I have a love-hate relationship with this card. Yeah, so his ability is very, very super. GB2. After this unit attacks the Vanguard, you can counterblast 1 and discard 3 cards off your hand and put it back to your deck and flip up a copy of Chrono Next Stage in your G zone. So basically you can send him back and restand into your Chrono Jet Dragon. So basically you'll be doing 5 trigger checks just like that. So at the cost of 1 counterblast, 3 cards off your hand, which you just dry check the triple drive, and sending him back to your G zone and flipping out face up, very cheap cost. You are able to do a restand just like that. Very, very powerful card. 4 copies, because if your opponent survives one time, you won't be surviving the next one. Trust me. Very, 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 very powerful card. Alright, finally it's a 2-tech copy of the Revolution. Revolution skill is when this unit attacks when this unit is called to the Vanguard circle, you may counterblast 1 and flip a copy of himself face up. Give me a sec. Yep. Counterblast 1 and flip a copy of himself face up. If you do, send back all cards. Send back all cards on the field back to the owner's bottom deck. But if you have a face up Chronos Command Dragon, you can select 2 of your units and it stays on the field. So you're going to plus off more obviously the opponent. So you can intercept all your stuff away and then strike him, send back, destroy your opponent's field, eat up the whole field at the cost of 1 counterblast. This is too good to be true. Very, very control deck. So how do I strike is, first I strike Metallica Phoenix. Then if I see my opponent, you're not ready to die yet, okay cool, I'll just destroy a field. If your opponent is 4 damage or more, you can just finish off in next stage. So that's how the whole deck works. So yep. So I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on my Chrono Dragon deck. Be sure to add me on Facebook and subscribe to my channel if you like more of these deck profiles. Peace out and I love you guys. Rawr.